We should just move Italy to take Florida's place, so I can have sunlight at regular American hours.
Please, can we just get rid of Florida? I'm totally for this idea.
We just do a transplant, see if anyone notices that Italy has suddenly taken the place of Florida.
Yeah, you know, Florida, Italy, America's boot.
America's boot.
No longer is it America's dong.
Well, hold on. Wait a minute. So Florida is America's dong?
Yeah.
Have you not heard that one?
Not specifically. So where are the balls then? Does America have like...
Oh, America got castrated by Britain after the War of 1812.
Oh no! Hey Chad, how's it going? Oh, I'm in the hot seat, apparently.
Is this the, are we making up the Hatalia fan theories?
Chill. But, yeah. What's going on, Chad?
Oh.
We are still liking. Oh my god, Frederick, what the hell is that? That's terrifying. Don't like it.
What has Frederick done?
Oh,
He's shown us a map of somebody who edited Italy to be in Florida's place and Florida to be in Italy's place. God, the Cuban Missile Crisis would have been even more scary then. It's like 30 miles to the edge of the boot.
That's true.
Instead of, what is it now, like 110 or something?
I don't know.
I've been to this place. I've been to that location while I was on a vacation. And they had the trivia of just like, this is the closest place to Point of Cuba in all the U.S.
Okay, you meant Florida. I thought for a second you were like, I've been to Cuba on vacation. I'm like, really?
Have I been to Cuba on vacation? Yes, I've been to Cuba on vacation.
Okay. Wow, nice.
Yeah, we got fake Cuban cigars. Or my father got fake Cuban cigars.
I've been to
He
Florida.
bought a pack of cigars for $30, and he like kept looking him over, and then when we got back on the ship, he showed them to somebody else who knew cigars better, and they're like, nah, these are fakes. They're fakes, but they're good fakes. You got these for $30? That's pretty good cigars then.
You know, I've only ever
I like
smoked...
how they left Sicily in the Mediterranean. Like, yeah, we don't care about this specific part of Italy.
Now,
Nice.
when you get fake Cuban cigars from Cuba, where do they get the tobacco from?
Fake, I don't know where they grow tobacco. They get it from fake, tobacco farmers. I'd be kind of annoyed if I went all the way to Cuba and then got sold a fake Cuban cigar. I'm like, dude, we're right here. Make a real one. I'll invite you to America and you can have some fake American pie.
Yeah,
The levy
cigars
won't even
from
be
Cuba not equal to Cuban cigars. Okay, so they are a Cuban cigar only if they've been verified by Habanos.
Right, it's one of those like protected origin kind of deals, like how there are certain cheeses and wines in France where if it you know if it's not from that region you can't call it that or some shit.
So it could have still easily been Cuban tobacco.
Yeah, but it might be like not as refined or something. Like this might be the trimmings of the tobacco leaves.
What if the guy who told you that was fake was just trolling you? They're actually real, and he just wanted to like get a rise out of you?
No, they didn't have the mark or what. They didn't have the correct mark. They had a band on them, but it definitely was not the right one.
They didn't have the imprinted face of Fidel Castro burned into the rubber.
I'd say it's Cuban if it's from Cuba, Otherwise it's just sparkling cigar.
Nice.
Again, it was one of those things where in the end it doesn't really matter because the intention was to smoke the cigars and they were still good. So, whatever. This is not like what actual Reach people do, which is they buy stuff just for the namesake and they don't ever intend to consume it. They want to buy it literally just because the name says it's valuable.
I've only ever smoked a cigar once in my life, and I did not really get. I don't really get the appeal, to be honest.
I've never smoked. I don't intend to start.
It's overrated, in my opinion. Not you know, I mean, if people enjoy it, fine. But I never got anything out of smoking any kind of nicotine product. You like how I made that specific? Anyway.
I mean, I've not smoked anything before. However, nicotine's the only one where I'm just like, I don't wanna.
It's just...
What do people like about smoking, anyway? Is it a masochism thing like drinking beer?
Drinking beer is not a masochism thing.
All right. Among other, I mean, okay. So one thing nicotine does is it affects receptors that calm you down. But another thing it does is it affects acetylcholine receptors, which can improve focus and learning. So that's probably part of it. Although that's only speculation on my part. That, and you know, it's a habit. Like, you know, there are a lot of habits humans have that involve putting stuff in your mouth. You know, oral fixation.
Ooh, what's this rotten wheat water stuff?
Hey,
maybe it'll be delicious.
I mean,
it makes me feel buzzy.
What's cheese? It's moldy cow's fat. You know, there are a lot of...
That's literally what all fermented products are. Somebody left something out for too long, and then they tried it anyway, and turned out to be pretty good.
Or they were just curious and stuck their finger out and tried some. You know, like capsaicin. You know, chemicals like like the basis of lavender. Those are all like those are things plants evolved as repellents for bugs. Even caffeine, I think. But humans are just like, well, it didn't kill me, and it's kind of tasty if I throw some on my corn, or or on the carcass.
It's like, no, a lot of compounds are just like straight up poison, but not in the not in the amounts that we take it in.
Right. I mean, almonds contain cyanide. Nutmeg will make you trip balls if you eat like a cup of it. Don't ask me how I know this. I'm just kidding. Don't.
Yeah, I mean, almonds contain cyanide, and they contain actually lethal amounts of cyanide in their natural form. We had to breed that out of them. Why we decided we needed to breed almonds to be less lethal, and why that was important back when we couldn't eat them at all, I don't know.
Humans are weird. Okay, we do weird ass things.
I know, like
say less lethal,
the earliest
almonds can still kill you.
The earliest version of citrus fruits were probably not completely edible.
Yeah,
but I think they were cultivated specifically as something like a spice.
Oh my god, have you ever seen a watermelon in like a Renaissance painting? And what they used to look like? Or an eggplant? You know why they're called eggplants? Because it used to be white and the size of an egg.
Yeah.
The weird thing about watermelons is that they were like that all the way up until the early 1900s.
You can still get white eggplants, actually. I mean, I don't, probably not locally, but I've seen those. I've seen those before.
Maybe it was just always that one guy in the village with no sense of taste or self-preservation who tried random things. We all know that one guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all know that guy. That guy. We don't talk about that guy. Miller, have you ever seen the wild ancestor of corn?
I think I have, yeah. I've seen things talking about like what maize used to be like.
Let me just get a picture of this little twig.
Because it's like 4 inches long and it has maybe like a dozen kernels on it, and they're all rock hard.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like anything you'd want to eat. It looks like something you'd want to brush aside.
It looks exactly like a head of grass.
Yeah.
Maybe the kernels are a little oversized to regular grass, but it still basically looks like grass.
Yeah. And I just thought there was somebody who was really, really hungry, who just like grabbed some of that and chewed on it, and then he was like, maybe I'm gonna put this thing over a fire. Maybe I put a little butter on this thing, This could be bigger.
Slightly more
no.
involved process back then.
But yes, obviously.
I mean, they would have started with making flour out of it first, as you did with most,
right, like
grain seeds.
Early corn, you had to mixtamalize it.
Right.
Nixtamalization, it's a very complicated name for a very complicated process.
You know what else? It's a great word for Scrabble.
Is that what you do when you have nothing to eat and then you see a head of grass with like 12 rock hard grains on it? You scrabble to that grass?
I have to assume that most of the really weird things that mankind discovered was edible and ultimately cultivated started out either as dares or famine,
Mm-hmm.
And early wheat cultivation, there was not really a huge difference between bread and beer.
Oh, God.
Beer was basically just the wet version of bread.
Yeah. I like the ancient Egyptian depictions you get of beer, where you have people sitting around a clay jar with these like 3-foot long straws stuck in them.
God.
You had to drink it from like the bottom of the.
Mm-hmm. You had to drink it from the bottom because all the husks and chaff and stuff was floating to the top.
Well, it's not even the shaft. It's because yeast is growing in it. You get like huge yeast blooms on the top, and you're not gonna like drink that straight.
Mm-hmm.
Years ago, my friend once got like a bagel beer that he wanted me to try. It was interesting. Don't know if I'd recommend it.
Did you say bagel beer?
Yes, that is correct, Frederick. I said bagel beer, as in it was a beer that tasted of bagels, poppy seeds, sesame seeds, salt, and what else do they put on everything? Probably onion. In retrospect, I probably should have just had it with a bagel.
God, a beer and a bagel sounds very weedy.
You want to return to where our ancestors rest to do the main quest for now.
I need to kill Captain Kid Gutter while I'm here.
I once
now a beer with like what is it, lox and capers.
Oh God,
that sounds good.
Capers maybe. I don't know about a. Do you mean lox flavored beer, like fishy beer?
No. I mean like a normal beer and then a
okay.
bagel that has lox and capers on it.
Sure, yeah. No, I once had this like half joking idea to start an artisanal dinner bagel restaurant in San Francisco and see if it took off, because there was a point where that was exactly the sort of thing that would become a big fad down there, for real. Either that or like Hollywood. You got bagels with like, nice cuts of steak and like demi-glace and like arugula.
What would be the thing nowadays? Would it be just like meal supplement fancy restaurant?
I don't know. I've kind of, I have not avidly paid attention to California's weird ass trends in the last decade or so. So there may be new developments.
Oh, what is? What is the drug that came out? There was a drug that came... Ozempic, that's it.
I'm sorry.
You'd give people double cheeseburgers and then a side of Ozempic. That'd be the Hollywood thing. That would absolutely be the thing. You'd be like, it's the menu where we're just gonna have cheeseburgers, but then also you're gonna have Ozempic to go with it.
Yummy.
Yay.
Don't forget to sign the disclaimer beforehand. But no, I mean, it was always I didn't do a lot of elite dining when I lived in LA, but every once in a while, like I'd have a chance to go to some weird restaurant in Hollywood or something like that, and it was definitely an experience. Some of those places, like this interesting mix of really creative, tasty stuff and just not really.
Creating excess everything seasoning is being put into as many things as pumpkin spices nowadays. Good, everything seasoning is actually delicious.
You know, one thing I never understood was like the mentality that like the most gourmet dishes have to be tiny. You know what I mean? Like they're on a little there's a little like cupcake diameter thing on a big plate with like fancy drizzle all around. You know what I mean? Things like that.
I mean, the reason for that, I would think, is because it's like a 6-course meal and you're eating 6 of those. I
guess. I don't know. What would happen if you can afford it? If you got the, if you don't mind making the down payment.
Speaking of weird drink flavors, couple weeks ago, Rick showed me some really weird sodas flavored of turkey and gravy, broccoli casserole, salmon pate. Not all together, those are 3 different sodas. But is that what you have there? I never saw that stuff.
That's Jones Soda.
Oh, is it Jones? Yeah, that's right. They have a Thanksgiving pack and they have a Christmas pack. I've actually had some of those. I can't necessarily recommend them, but I laud them for their creativity. Another soda company that I know makes stuff like that is Rocket Fizz. There was one when I lived in Colorado, and there's one here in Seattle. I haven't been to it in a while. They'll do some oddball soda flavors like creamed corn and ranch and stuff like that.
Red box to the northwest of the place you keep your dad. Kill me, would you? Okay.
I still have
Jesus.
It's
I wonder if this game is gonna
feel bad for the rest of his life.
Wonder if this game is gonna have a morality system by the end.
So, kind of weird if it does, because you're being forced to kill these guys by the truckload. So,
yeah, I was gonna say this isn't. I mean, there's no morality out here in the wasteland. But I was gonna say, true story. 11 years ago, when I left California for Colorado, like the last week I was there, I went to Santa Monica Pier and got a Jones Soda, drank it all down, and then filled the bottle with Santa Monica beach sand, and I still have it.
Hey, weird that nobody's here now. I'm expecting another boss to show up in like the elevator.
But yeah, I wanted a piece of California to go with me everywhere. If I ever move back, which is unlikely, I'm gonna go back to the beach and dump it out because then I won't need it anymore. That says, "Where's the Jones Soda bottle?" It's on my desk. Not my work desk. I have another desk that I use for like paperwork and repairing stuff and tinkering and whatnot, and sitting on that desk. Got a couple things over there.
I need to find banana.
Oh, I also have a computer desk and then an official business desk.
Well, I mean, I'd use one for both, but it's funny when you have 2 monitors and risers and a tablet and a switch, and it fills up really shockingly quickly. Like I thought,
to find the banana leaves.
I thought, I'll have space on this for projects, but no.
I think there's that part down there I haven't even gone to.
Paper planes full of secrets, numbered by
You know, I was also expecting you to spare the bird guy.
Why?
Bird guy was a jerk.
He's the guy who kicked this all off.
Yeah. I mean, while it's somewhat jarring to actually see Laika slow motion put holes in people, I understand her actions.
Yes, but let him think about what he did for the rest of his life.
I guess. Shrug.
I'm being merciful here.
Well, this is the first time we've been talking to somebody's ghost instead of just their dead body.
I was gonna say, it's like he's just there as the specter. That didn't happen with anyone else.
No.
Yeah, I think this is the only time in the game you see an actual ghost.
Fine.
You know, the thing is about that whole, like, let them think about what they've done for the rest of their lives. That kind of morality, the morality that induces a feeling of guilt, exists in the context of a functional society. In a place like this, where everything's just, like, going to shit, you don't really have to worry about feeling guilty. You know, you can just justify it under the general category of survival, or
no, guilt is only a feeling you have about how you will be perceived by others.
Right.
If there are no others to be perceived by, if you don't care how they perceive you, then there is no guilt.
Especially in a post-apocalyptic situation where a lot of people are acting completely shitty, and that just turns into the norm. Laika's just, just taking care of business.
There are a lot of birds here. They always gotta fly in front of each other.
I didn't hear what you said back to me, Jonas. My headphones died for a second there.
Oh, I was just spewing gibberish. I was like, no, I was saying that, like, in this situation where everyone's acting shitty, Laika's just, she's just ahead of the curve, she's just, she's managing things, efficiently. Oh, there's a new Princess Peach trailer. I have not seen it. I'm sure it's good. This game, when I saw the direct, it looked really cute.
The new Avatar Netflix trailer that I haven't seen yet.
Oh, I saw a still from that. I'm not strongly interested, but I'm sure it's good.
We will see.
Well, you'll see, and then you can tell me, and I'll live vicariously through you.
What's my destiny?
Oh well, I mean, I'm not gonna watch it on my own.
Oh, okay.
I don't have Netflix. I don't have any subscription services.
The
I find
only
that whole thing stupid.
The only thing that I'm gonna get Netflix for again, whenever I do, is Stranger Things season 5. I think after that, I'll just be done forever. I can't think of anything else that would justify jumping onto another streaming service. Again.
It might be good, but 1, it's not the most encouraging property to work on when everyone remembers how the last one went, and 2, why do people make live-action remakes of cartoons anyway? That already feels unnecessary.
Shrug.
I don't even.
Jonas, you can't just say shrug.
I'm not even so worried about the like making live action out of cartoons or making cartoons out of live action, whatever. I'm just like, why do we keep needing to retell the same stories in a non-transformative way?
Because Hollywood has this idea that anything with established cultural value is more likely to succeed.
Yeah, they think the nostalgia is the most powerful economic force in the world.
They're not exactly wrong, but
I won't deny.
No, Rick, you can't give them an inch; they'll take a mile.
I can't deny that my generation has some culpability in this because we're enormous nostalgia sluts, Gen X, and now we're the execs. So that's why you've got Harrison Ford starring in Indiana Jones at 80. 80, he's 80, right? And et cetera, et cetera. We've got new Ghostbusters movies, and part of me, the distant 10-year-old part of me is like, yeah, girl, new Ghostbusters movies. But at the same time, it's like, well, just there are other ideas to be had.
Oh no, chat's saying snake form is actually hiding the NPC dialogue.
Oh shit! Hold on, let me do a.
well, Puppy didn't actually say anything, so.
What's a small one? We'll do.
It's on timeout right now.
No.
There's only one person who can change it. Only Rick can make an executive decision.
Well then,
Umbreon, haven't seen her in a while.
how about a executive decision to shrink the screen some? I'd have to shrink that too much. Wait.
Snake, too big. Too big, too burly. Too fast, too furious.
I think if you count the empty space, Snake is the largest form per
Of course.
square pixels.
Be right back.
Go back to the ghost where birds came from. It didn't actually give me any indication that. So I'm guessing I'm just assuming that I killed whoever killed him.
You did get a quest complete thing over the screen.
That doesn't sound like something I'd do. That's a banana leaf.
Oh, the old slip on a banana leaf joke.
The joke is that it causes nightmares, which was the problem in the first place. How about you just, stop feeding your kid any medicine? Maybe that'll solve the thing.
You know, I've recently learned about the oldest Sumerian joke discovered. Do you want to hear it?
Please.
Dog walks into a bar and says, "I cannot see a thing. I'll open this one."
Wait,
That's the entire joke.
nice.
There's a couple explanations for what it's supposed to mean, but we don't actually know.
Yes, there might be something lost in translation probably.
There's almost certainly something lost in translation. Especially since, jokes tend to rely on assumptions that the audience makes.
Wow.
Or maybe they were just ahead of the time in absurdist humor, like we do today in the internet age.
Someone on Reddit actually went and transcribed the corresponding cuneiform text and tried to decipher the meaning. This is amazing. This is so obsessive. Wow, there are paragraphs. Wow.
Can you link me that Reddit thread?
Yeah, sure. Reddit thread for Fed. Sumerian social animals could also take on vernacular roles of the human world. They appeared with professions, for instance. The fox was a house builder, the ox a haughty commissioner. God damn it! These were personas!
Yeah.
Sumerians confirmed for furries. I've solved the crime. Some of these are kind of funny. They have a few other ones.
Trick is so hard right here. There we go.
That joke about the horse walking into the bar and the bartender says, "Why the long face?" is in a few centuries, that's not. Well, maybe, okay, in a few millennia, that's not going to work. Once English splinters off into whatever it's going to become, then that one will definitely stop working.
You know, if you look at some of the oldest jokes in the world, several actually make sense to us, but they're generally lewd or pretty insensitive.
Yeah. I mean, that's just humor. Humor is all about crossing the line that shouldn't be crossed and then turning around and going, just kidding! Ha 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 ha! I think they were on one Radio Lab episode, they actually posited that the sound of laughter was evolved as a way of dispelling like social tension. Like it's just a signal that simians learned to indicate, no, it's okay. Really, it's okay. I'm not going to kill you yet.
That would explain awkward, nervous laughter.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Hello.
Excuse you.
I'm checking up on release dates for all the titles we're all keeping tabs. Well, I'm keeping tabs on. Not a whole lot to talk about yet.
Okay, since I need to go to our ancestors' rest next, I might as well go back home for now.
Like, I appreciate it being a Metroidvania, but like the level design leaves a little something to desire. Usually Metroidvania maps are like square. They have as much verticality as they have horizontal movement. And while I get that that's maybe not as easy to do in a bike controlling thing like this, it does make the map screen seem a little disappointing.
Well, this is why I'm saying to do the main story thing for now. You get a thing.
Hades 2 is projected.
What did we link here? The bar joke from ancient Sumer is making rounds.
Yeah. Fed told the ancient Sumerian dog joke, and I was curious to see if the internet had obsessed over it, and indeed they had. Yeah, Laika definitely needs a rocket bike, and also a sword that's on fire.
Making more candles, even though I don't need them.
Where'd Mama go?
She's back at my home.
All right, she's taking care of Puppy. Preparing for the transfer.
You could have told me all that. I'm not a doctor.
Nobody told her about puberty.
Whenever Windblown comes out, we should definitely do that. That one's going to be co-op.
What is going to be co-op?
It's a game called Windblown. It's on my list of stuff to keep an eye on. Here, I'll link you the trailer, Fed, if you want. Yeah. I think to me, this one looks cool. I don't know. It's definitely okay. Be aware that it starts out kind of charming and cute, and then suddenly it just goes unexpectedly gory.
I think of like how old Puppy is, because if she's going to have her first bleed in the way that they say she is, then like she's got to be like what 11 or 12, but like she seems a lot younger than that.
Maybe she's just really short.
All her brain says dog ears. I
yeah.
don't. I don't think that counts.
I like the rabbit guy's design. Wish he had a bigger role.
Well, you know what, Fed?
Ghost Peppers.
You could just make your own game where you make a design like that and they matter. Funny that.
Miller's being sassy.
Yeah. Turn a shotgun up.
Oh, we have a release date for showtime. It's March
Not
2nd.
enough for anything except the crossbow.
Peppers, do you have those?
I think I have some. Let's see.
I've got some in my fridge. Is that what you mean?
I've got some too.
Yes, I have some ghost peppers here.
Nice. Got
They look like a skull. Of course they do.
Wasteland.
Okay, now that makes me want to do like a version of Snow White, except it's in a Mad Max world, and the poison apple is instead of poison pepper.
God.
I did not get the book. I need to get that.
And the dwarves are like, here's Techie and Greasy and
Yeah. They run a
Oily
garage.
and
They run
yeah,
a garage.
they're all they're all like greasers.
Yeah, they do. They do restorations on post-apocalyptic tank vehicles. Yeah.
I want to go up here first.
Post-apocalyptic steampunk Snow White. I'm down.
It'd be better than was Allison McGee?
What's that?
Or no, that was Alice in Wonderland.
Oh.
American
Eh.
McGee.
Actually, I might as well go to... Where was her body? Up here?
Rary says this is the real public domain
Oh.
stuff we
Yeah.
need.
It
Yeah.
was down.
Okay, well,
We need steampunk everything. We need like steampunk Steamboat Willie.
Steampunk Steamboat Willie. See, you say that, and yet there could definitely be a game where you play as Steamboat Willie, and it's like Raft, where you're on the Mississippi and you have to pick up stuff and do deliveries and build out your ship and upgrade it and do all these kinds of things.
I don't see it.
Miller, this requires more lateral thinking than Disney has. Oh wait, no, public domain, so we could do it anyway. All right, let's do it.
Yes, you can make Willie which is the first appearance on Mickey Mouse.
Right.
You can do that character. You just can't use actual factual Mickey Mouse yet.
Not that I would particularly want to, honestly.
Not really. The problem with using actual Mickey Mouse is because there is so much media about him.
Yeah.
Like, he has a set-in-stone characterization, and it's like,
Yeah, you can bend
if you do a different characterization, then it's parody, and then you could already do that.
Yeah.
Which means in order to utilize the public domain aspect, you'd have to do the exact same character in the exact same kind of scenarios, and that's not interesting.
Yeah, there's too much baggage with characters like that. I mean, if I was doing it, I mean, I would enjoy working on a game like that, but on a game like that, I wouldn't rock the boat at all. I would just be like, okay, tell me exactly what to do. Here's some thumbnails. I'm not straying very far from the vision.
Mm-hmm. Even those murder movies that came out shortly after, like Winnie the Pooh or Steamboat Willie went to public domain, like those could still count as parody. Like they probably didn't actually need the public domain-ness in order to make those.
The whole edgy horror thing, like, we're sticking to this cute franchise. Nah.
I read earlier today that the creator of the Fables series of comic, the one they got Wolf Among Us from, had the rights to the IP and got fed up with DC being stingy, so he just made it all public domain. And DC just went like, no, he can't do that, we still got the rights. I wonder how that'll end up.
Oh, I'm sure there'll be some lawsuit or something.
No, like the one of those things that actually was successful was Five Nights at Freddy's, because yes, it was originally a parody of Chuck E. Cheese or the whatever Jamboree, the other one with the bear.
Oh, the Country Bears, yeah.
Yeah,
I can see it.
Like, yes, it was a parody of those, but then it went on and did its own thing. It became its own universe, its own story, and that's what made it successful. Yeah, people got infatuated with its own story.
Right. And that's a lot more
where she's buried then.
Like, just turning Winnie the Pooh into a murder machine, that's not that creative.
No, it's not. And it also doesn't utilize the character. It doesn't take the character, still be the character, but then utilize them in a different way. Right? You can easily take Snow White and put her in a Mad Max post-apocalyptic setting and have her still be Snow White and characterize her in the same way, but yet have her do different kinds of things.
I could think of so many weird-ass ways to go with that. I almost want to draw that.
Do it, Jonas!
It would look like... She would look like...
Here, you know what you could also do? We could make it furry. There's nothing that says Snow White can't be furry.
That's true.
Rick, you may want to know that the tomb is actually in where birds came from.
I mean, Disney made Robin Hood furry.
Why does it not say that in the journal?
They made Robin Hood furry, and then they made Hamlet furry, and then they made Romeo and Juliet furry, and nobody gave a shit about that. Well, yeah, actually, that would also be one of the other things. I mean, is Disney Snow... No, Disney Snow White wouldn't be in the public domain.
Well, no.
No, if Steamboat Willie just got out, then yeah, Disney Snow White is still like 15, 20 years out. But I mean, that's fine. Then you just draw from the source material, right?
Yeah.
Again, you don't make it based on Disney's depictions of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. You make it dependent on the original Grimm's fairy tales.
Yeah.
Which even by the most generous and bullshit accounts of how long things should last before public domain, has still been in the public domain for like several hundred years.
There are some ideas like that, existing properties where I would have fun with them, but I don't think... I'm not really Hollywood compatible. You know, Hollywood has expectations and frameworks and weird corporate bullshit.
Sorry, did the UI glitch?
No.
Because you said, hi, how's puppy? And then you got into a combat encounter. Oh, there it goes. And then she just sat there and didn't say anything.
That's
Nice.
basically what happened, yes.
She
Oh,
just
that's
stares
actually-
at you.
Oh, that's actually what's going on. Okay, sorry. I thought that was a glitch. I didn't see it the first time.
Legotron says a buff butch polar bear. Are you sure you're not just suggesting a new West form?
No, she's Snow White. She's got to be the fairest one of all. So she's got to be... Ooh, you can make her like a snow polecat.
Yeah, somebody else said a snow leopard.
Yeah. Make her some kind of mustelid with her snow coat.
Like an ermine?
Yeah, just like completely perfectly white, beautiful mink or ermine or something in a winter coat.
Again,
That
though,
would actually work
I'd
very
recommend
well.
to do Computer Head's quest first.
You keep telling me to do things that don't have anything to do with these side quests.
Shush,
You
Frederick.
keep wanting me to continue the story when I have side quests to do.
Let him play how he wants. It's literally the point of Metroidvanias.
Fine, you'll see I was right after.
Oh, so self-righteous. How about a swan? Yeah, and then you can have the Wicked Witch be. You could have them be some kind of like mole rat or something.
See,
Something
now
very ugly.
I'm imagining like Swan Snow White, but then like Don Bluth gets a hold of it, and you know she's got big feathery jigglies, you know, just and it's just
I was thinking an Arctic fox for Snow White, naked mole rat for the witch.
Yeah.
okay.
Just something like that where they can have a very pristine white winter coat.
Yeah.
And then it's like, of course, Snow White has the white winter coat, and then also they look very beautiful. I like mink because then that sort of brings the idea of like the mink fur trade into it as well, of just like, you know, she wants Snow White not because she wants to be more beautiful than Snow White. No, she literally wants Snow White's skin, right? Or her fur.
We just need to make like furry steampunk fairy tales game. Like that's
Yeah, do it like the what's the horror series that they started doing a couple years ago when they did the one about Wendigo, the video game about Wendigos.
you might need to be more specific. I think I can think of a few games like that.
It was a bunch of teenagers in a cabin in the woods in the middle of winter, and there were Wendigos, and then they did Man of Medan, and then they did the one where it was like soldiers in Iraq were coming across some kind of mysterious monster.
Sounds really familiar, but I couldn't.
Yes,
tell you.
Until Dawn was the one with the Wendigos.
Oh, okay.
But what is that series? Horror Pictures Anthology? Something like that?
Oh.
What am I thinking of? The Dark Pictures Anthology. Yes, that.
Oh, okay.
It's a very... So they made with... So with Until Dawn, they made a formula for like how to make this cinematic game where you play as a bunch of different people going through a horror story. And then they used that framework to make... they basically did a thing where they were making a game every year in that same framework, just with a different story and different characters. And they always released them like October 20th. And it's a game where it's like you can play with like 3 other people, and then you like make choices in the story that determine like how people die or when people die or if people die. But it's like, yeah, it's a nice way to like, you know, come Halloween time, you and your 3 friends or whatever can play through a horror movie. It takes like 6 hours to beat. It's not that long for a video game.
Nice.
And yeah, they were doing that like every year for a while, and it was like, nice. It's like, you know, they found their shtick.
I still have not found her tomb anywhere. This is nowhere near where the big tree is.
Want a more specific location?
Yeah.
Bottom right.
So that place?
There.
Okay. That's nowhere near the big tree, so I do not know why the journal entry says the big tree.
Actually, I'm talking about it in the plural because that's how the game has it, okay? I never attest that the game is accurate on its mythology. I am simply talking about the mythology that existed in that game.
Ew.
I understand that they did not get, like, anything correct there. They just thought, oh, cold cannibalism, cool, slap a monster name on it, and call it a day.
Just slap a monster on it. And yeah, cultural myths often just get mangled in games. I mean, and media in general. I've gotten perhaps too jaded about expecting that sort of thing from Hollywood and video games and elsewhere.
Sure, being friends and roommates with Stoker, you've heard all about how the different kinds of media get their sources wrong on that.
Yeah, a little bit.
Seems like a thing he'd be very in tune with.
The thing about these ideas is, like, the drift is unfortunately natural. Like, take the whole Edward Cullen.
I guess this is technically near the big tree in that it's directly in the background.
If you take the whole, like, Edward Cullen sparkly vampire thing, that could become part of vampire lore in a few centuries. Like, you know, you might chuckle, but I mean, I'm serious. Like, that just might become like, oh yeah, you know, it was first mentioned in this book, and clearly the author was drawing from historical sources. I mean, who would make something like that up? You know, this is how this stuff happens. I'm sure in the long run, you know, on this time scale of centuries, Hollywood is going to warp a lot of things. We won't be around to see it, but you can just imagine how some of these ideas, you know, like, for example, the whole Universal Pictures concept of all these monsters existing in the same continuity, that'll turn into, like, legends of Frankenstein fighting the Wolfman or whatever.
You know what I hate most about these ninjas? Their hitbox doesn't appear until they're on screen for, like, several frames.
My God. Ugh. This is rough. Like, I'm not saying, you know, the weird corruption of these kinds of myths and culture artifacts is justified. I'm just saying, like, it always happens. People are always going to get their myths on this stuff and make it...
I wonder how many monsters will be canonically portrayed as sexy because of furries centuries from now.
Yeah, that too. I'm sure we will definitely leave an impact on culture. No way around that one. Like Anubis.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think Anubis definitely fits in that. I don't think you can find a depiction of Anubis, even in mainstream media nowadays, that isn't hot dude with jackal head.
And Ghost is still here. Thought I told you to go away.
Markstone says, I'm absolutely fine with the Belmonts fighting Dracula becoming folklore. Yeah, that's probably going to become conflated with Van Helsing or something. Legotron says, I mean, we all know furries will be the ones to finally invent transhumanism. Have you seen that video thing about the robotic tail where you just pop it on your butt and people who use it instantly regain that primate sense of balance? Like you wear it and it's like you instantly, it's like, oh, okay, cool. I haven't tried one myself. You know, I have no real interest in it, but I just think it's fascinating. Like, that's just always in the back of our minds. Having one of those. I think it would be great for a fursuit.
Where was the book again?
At the gas station that was down here.
Though you probably don't want me making fursuits because they would be like these weird cybernetic
$20,000 gas stations. I don't know.
Sort of protogen looking things.
Well, no, it's not going to be for fursuits. That kind of technology is being used on suits, but it's going to be for like Cirque du Soleil characters or Disney World walk-around characters or stuff like that. That's where the money for those kinds of things comes from.
Yeah.
That's where the R&D happens, and then the technology slowly trickles down to the amateur creators, and then they make it for fursuits and stuff.
There used to be some overlap between like Imagineering and furries back in the day. I know that for a fact. Like I knew people.
Or it'll go to the military, like those fursuit cooling jackets.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if there's still a lot of furries working for places like Disney. Probably. They're probably a little quieter about it.
I mean, they probably are, but it's going to be the same kind of furries who are working IT for any company because Disney, especially in a lot of its newer stuff, is getting more and more into robotics for actors and stuff.
Yeah.
They're realizing they no longer need a person in a suit when they can just train a robot on AI models.
I know one dude who worked on Zootopia. Two dudes. I know two dudes who worked on Zootopia.
Pointed Fox was one of them. Who's the other?
Edison Fox.
Oh, okay.
Edison modeled Sylvixen's amazing avatar.
Huh.
Now, okay. Edison did not rig it. Somebody else rigged rigged it and did all the functions for it. But yeah. But Edison modeled it. That's why it's so good.
Cave to northeast where I always lost.
Yeah, I met Pointed Fox at, I think it was last year's TFF.
You met him? Shit.
Well, actually, I recognized Tawny first, and then I saw Pointed Fox was with her.
Oh, okay. I still have not technically met Pointed in person.
There is no fast way over there. Okay.
Yeah, she gave me a pin of her persona, and then I said hi to him, and I'm like, I know you. You worked on all the things. He's like, yep. I'm like, that's really cool.
Nice.
Bye.
See ya.
I think there's gonna be a new quest at this point at the RV restaurant with the Oasis symbol.
If anyone ever gushes about me at a convention, I'm just gonna stand there with my eyes really wide, smiling this creepy Joker grin, just like, yes! You know me. Excellent. You will be my acolyte.
There you go, chat. You need to come to TFF this coming year so that you can join the cult of Jonas.
You know, I was watching one of my friends.
We'll get you a black crown and a red rope and everything, Jonas.
I was watching one of my friends playing Cult of the Lamb, and I was listening to the sort of babbling that the followers do, like, you know, and I was thinking, like, if I ever play that game, if I ever stream that game, it's going to be impossible for me to not have weird gibberish conversations with them on, like, just be like, you know, somebody's like,
you hear them go beep boop boop beep boop boop, and then you just respond in kind.
Yeah, like, you know. We'll just keep doing that until everyone gets sick of it.
can't sell anything. I guess Viscera doesn't last that long. So why is Viscera used for currency?
Because it's abundant.
I assume it's like, use the whole buffalo kind of thing. It's like, oh, the stomach may have come from a sentient animal, but you can still turn it into a bag.
Jonas, chat wonders what you would sound like in Animal Crossing.
I don't know.
Boo boo ba boo boo ba boo 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 ba boo boo ba 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 boo 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 ba boo ba boo ba boo boo bow.
I would sound exactly like Tom Nook. Exactly. I would just be Tom Nook. Tom Nook is my OC. That's right. You heard it here.
See, the problem is if somebody were to ask me that question or would suggest that question, all of chat would instantly be like, oh, Miller would be like, scree, scrap, scrap, scree, scree, scrap.
Yeah, pretty much. You've bought the ticket, now you have to take the bird ride.
Mm-hmm.
Ekis says there's a statue. Where is it? Is it up this cliff? Probably. Haven't been up there. Yep, yeah, it's right there.
See, Rick was smart. He picked a kangaroo. You can't really say anything funny about a kangaroo, except maybe OK Boomer, and that joke's getting old.
What are you talking about? If he were to be in Animal Crossing, his saying would be hip hop hop hip hip hop hop hip hip hop hop hip hop hop hip hop.
Nice. Hip hop hop. I too verbalize the sound of actions that I do.
Right? Aren't you a Pokemon?
Yeah, that's a big bug. Alright, Pokemon, indeed
Do we have to be back here?
You can maybe ride up that cliff if you angle your bike right in shotgun.
Maybe.
Maybe. It's gonna be a big maybe, though.
You know, I know that ferrets are supposed to make that like duk 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 noise, but my friend Candace had a pet ferret. This horrible little thing, whose territory was the bathroom, and you had to like step over his little sandbox blanket area to do your business. And when I stuck my foot in there, the noise he made was "nya nya nya." I swear to God. Which I think is ferret for I'm going to attack your ankle in a second. It was
Are ferrets even good pets?
No, I mean, okay. I would have personally, I would never own one for the following reasons. One,
Nice.
They're really stinky unless you're constantly bathing them. You know.
Oh, that's a big bird right there.
It has some interesting graffiti on it.
What is that?
He's like a borb.
Nice.
He's just a big fat dude with a giant beard. What?
Whoa! What the hell? What just happened?
Did you flip over frontwards?
I guess.
Oh, okay. But the other thing about ferrets is they're really high energy. Like, you just have to be ready to deal with all of that ferretiness. And, like, watching videos of them makes me tired. I mean, they're cute, but... And oddly enough, they're legal up here. You can totally get a ferret as a pet if you want.
Give me that tape.
See, I wasn't gonna approve that message.
They
I
were
don't
a
know
bit-
why Automod caught it. I don't know why the context is different than what Automod thought it was. I still don't want to approve it.
Come on.
Well, I'm going to trust that the chat knows the context, I hope.
I gotta get out of here. I need to go. No, seriously, how do I get out of here?
Fed? Question mark?
Fed is dead.
Okay. Ripping pepperoni.
You left a viscera bag.
Yeah, and?
Okay, I'll go get it.
Yeah, I'm generally not in favor of exotic pets. I mean, I say that. I once went goo-goo over the 2 wolf dogs my brother's friend had at his house. Although that got weird because, okay, check it out. My brother, like, he mentioned to me that, oh yeah, my friend's got these wolf dogs. And I was like, oh, I have to come along. And so we drove out to this guy's house, and I bonded with like one of the wolf dogs. You know, like one of them was more friendly than the other one. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll just pet you. You're so cute. You're so cute. And the other one started like circling and brooding and staring at me like, how dare you show favor to one of us? I will swear vengeance on your house. Like, he didn't do anything. He didn't snap at me. He didn't start any shit. But he had this look. Like, I know what you did. You disrespected me. And I'm just like, okay, all right, bro, it's cool.
Jonas, you
can
have the impeccable ability to read so much drama out of a single look.
No, but like you had to see it. You had to be there. The wolf was like, he was like, you violated protocol. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but his body language and his expression was like just accusing me of anthropomorphizing something? Because I never do that.
You? Never.
No.
By the way, how are we doing on turning that white-coated animal into Snow White?
I don't know. I'm over here, and the tablet's over there, and my pen's like a whole like 2 feet away from me. I can't even reach it with my hand. You know.
Yeah.
I'm
Nope,
too,
I understand. We'll try again tomorrow.
I'm too fat. You know. I've actually lost a bunch of weight, but
Well, good for you then.
yeah. Well, it's mostly because of stress, so you know, maybe not so good.
Oh my god. Yeah, how many people have made that joke for you with you?
What?
His name is Jonas.
Oh. Well, not as many lately because it's been 30 years since the Blue album. Most folks, it's mostly folks of my generation. The notable exception being Slush. Slush is an old school Weezer fan, so they know that one, which is kind of amusing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't get that one much anymore. In fact, I've actually had to tell people, "Oh yeah, it was based on a Weezer song." What Weezer song? I'm like,
I don't know, maybe a The Weezer song?
yeah, I don't like you, baby.
Jeez.
You little baby. Jeez.
No, honestly, I know that a lot because there's this one guy I know on YouTube called Funky, who does a lot of reviews on video games and stuff. Particularly, he talks a lot about movement shooters. But he also like really likes Weezer, and so in his like joking manner that he'll do, he will rate. At least in one of the videos, he rated different movement shooter games on a scale of Weezer album, where like Blue Album was the 10. Legatron says, I've never heard the Carl Weezer song. I just wanted to call Jonas cute.
Carl Weezer song. Well, I'll take the compliment. Thank you.
Thank you for following my favorite llama.
If Duper took commissions, I really wish he did. Because if Duper took commission, I should really just do this myself. I should just learn how to do it and make it happen. But if Duper did take commissions, I would ask him for an N64 Air with Jonas.
Oh, it's like a animation commission or a modeling commission.
A modeling commission, yeah. Like a whole ass VTuber that looks straight out of some PS1 cutscene.
You know, if you can make something like that, I would absolutely work with you to get it actually in a VTuber setup.
Okay, so technically, broadly speaking, I could
Blueprint sniper rifle.
Oh shit.
I'm at the point where I could at least model something like that in textured. I'm not quite. I've tried several times. Last year, I tried several times to master weight painting and rigging, and it didn't go very well. I think there are fundamental things that I just don't get yet. But Blender has always been this weird. Blender and Maya have always been this weird series of peaks and valleys for me, even more so than art. So I'll get it at some point, and then I'll be like, look, I can do the thing now. And everybody will be like, and they'll be like, nobody cares, Jonas, go away. And I'll be like, no, don't do that. I can do the thing now. 3D for me is very much a different process.
Hold on, be
2D.
right back.
Oh yeah, sure. Because 3D is so parametric. There's so much where it's about adjusting sliders and shit. Whereas with 2D, you just sort of let your imagination soar. Thus far, I mean, I can model like ships and stuff just fine. I mean, you all, if you played Under One Sky, you saw the model for the Star Cutter.
Well, the model for the Star Cutter wasn't in Under One Sky. It was just used so that we could draw it from different angles.
Wasn't there at least one shot where, like, we used the actual model, like in a still or something? Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know. I don't think. Well, the closest we had. No, because they were all colored in, and the model has no coloring on it.
Oh, shit. Well, I guess you haven't seen my model then.
Nope. That said, the model was used in something, and then I tried to show it to you guys, and you all poo-pooed it.
I don't blame me. I voted for Kodos.
Yeah.
But wow, that was more Kermit than Homer. But yeah. I should just put it on FA. I mean, I don't have to put everything. I don't have to put only furry stuff on FA. I can put ships on there. People like ships. But yeah, I'm more comfortable.
I mean, you could try to figure out how to do maybe some vertex painting on it first before you put it up.
Yeah, I need to give it like proper. I should put at least some textures on it at the very least.
Well, like I'm saying, vertex painting. It's like the most simple way to color a 3D model.
Yeah. I'm down. But yeah, no, I'm more comfortable at this point, like modeling like hard surface stuff like weapons and ships and dressers and lamps and crap. Characters are immensely complicated in 3D. I mean, really, if you're doing something more than like Minecraft, Roblox box dudes. But it is something I want to master. Maybe ideally before 15, maybe. Make it give it an ears and a tail. I'll just have a bunch of ships that Voltron together into an OC.
Ooh, yeah.
Try on one.
Don't.
See, you can make a an android's character that's made of many tiny like RC vehicles, and then all the vehicles come together to make the android.
That would be awesome, but there's no way to justify that in canon. Like, how?
Why not? You just make shit up.
Voltron android. How would they make decisions and move and stuff if there was like a bunch of them? Like,
There's only one consciousness.
Oh, okay, all right.
But it's like you controlling all 4 of your limbs at once.
Well, yeah,
Just
but
in
I
this
mean,
case, it's like, 4 sets of engines and 8 sets of tires all at once.
I guess. Just tell Rick to retcon it in. Rick, can we have a Voltron android? Can that be canon?
Okay,
It's my
so
Christmas-
you know how people make cars out of really weird stuff?
Yeah.
So I don't see why there can't be androids that are really weird.
But like you can split apart into the multiple different vehicles, and then the vehicles can coalesce back into the android. Again, like a Voltron.
Wait, what about people making cars out of weird stuff?
People make cars out of weird stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was pretty straightforward when I said people make cars out of weird stuff.
Like they'll make cars out of bones or Legos or...
There was this one car that I saw that was half a car. Like the entire bottom was sliced off it, but they just took the wheels and put them up higher.
Also,
The guy basically had to lay down in order to drive it.
also, Frederick, Google art cars.
Probably do it from the other way.
All right, well. Rick gave it his blessing, so now we have to come up with a Voltron androids class. Or probably not even a class. That would be like, it'd just be a one-off because you don't want to have more than one of those things running around.
Some of these art cars are severely cursed.
Yep.
That's what makes it fun.
When I when I went to Burning Man with Dad, we saw a bunch of those things rolling around. It was amazing.
I just need to go the other way.
Masters Off says, okay, so wacky question. What was the goofiest disaster movie you guys have seen? Okay, in retrospect, Independence Day was kind of goofy. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, Will Smith punching.
Yeah, I'm just imagining the scene with the dog trying to escape the fireball.
Yeah, and all of the stuff, like, you know, beating the aliens by uploading a computer virus to their network, which just
The president going out in front of everybody else in a fighter jet. That's like if your media property has anything similar to do with Metal Wolf Chaos, you've made something goofy.
So yeah, that's probably that would probably be my pick. There are other ones like Armageddon that look a little hokey these days, but doesn't come close to Independence Day. 90s will never happen again. Neither will the 80s. Though if you really want to like bend your mind, think about how this era is going to be nostalgic for some kid growing up right now. This era.
Oh, well, yeah, this era. I was gonna say there are already people who are just like nostalgic for the knots. And they're just like, man, remember like when cartoons were good? We had like SpongeBob and Teen Titans and...
Yeah.
That is in fact not where they want you to go, even if it is the highest point.
It says go to the highest point of where our ancestors rest. I'm here. I win.
You are the winner.
I still need to go to northwest of where our ancestors
like when you
rest.
had to go near the big tree.
Contrary to the map view, the highest point the quest refers to is located in the of where our ancestors rest. The player can use a shotgun and some momentum to bridge the gap.
In the what?
Do I actually need to go
In
up
the
here? I need to
I'm not
actually go
saying
up
it if Rick doesn't want me to tell him.
Okay.
Or maybe I should tell him.
Maybe you should.
Because he did the thing. Top left. Top left of where our ancestors rest.
It's in the...
So this part right here before the big gap.
Yeah. So you need to go across that gap.
Okay.
Fine. Has anyone gotten the... Wow, my voice cracked. Has anyone gotten the bike unlocked in Breath of the Wild?
Yes.
Yeah. How does it ride? Like, how does it handle? Is it fun or is it like tedious?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh, okay. Nice. Looks like fun.
I don't understand the fuel mechanic because I definitely got that thing basically at the very end of the game and I stopped playing before I even had to refuel it.
It's easy. When you run out of rings, you die.
She says it was equivalent to a mid-power horse and could go over cliffs but it could go over cliffs and falls without dying.
Nice. I feel so bad that I accidentally killed my horse. I am the worst.
You are the worst. How flippin' dare you?
Yeah.
Seriously though, what's with all the misleading quest descriptions in this game?
I don't think it's
It's misleading.
Fair enough. I guess it is misleading, even if that wasn't the intention.
You don't think it was deliberately misleading?
No, I think what it was is they might have written the quest description and then maybe did some map changes, and then they forgot to go back and double check everything. Or hell, it could be a translation thing. Did Laika come out in English? Or did it come out in Spanish?
I don't know. Actually, I did revive my horse at the horse god because I felt horrible. Like I was going for an oddball shrine that was like in this deep ravine kind of deal with an overhang, and I completely miscalculated, plunged off a cliffside, and dismounted just in time to save myself.
Whatchamacallit?
The coyotes are colorblind. She can't do it.
I mean, let's be honest, Fed. Coyotes also can't ride bikes.
See, this is the thing I wanted you to get and kept telling you about.
Oh, damn.
Oh, there's a dash.
Shaz was like, you did it? You actually did it?
There are some side quests you can't even do without the dash.
That's what you think. Rick just needs his speedrunning mentality, and he'd be able to do anything with the starting kit.
There's a thing in the Hectist cave you can reach with the dash.
I might as well go get it.
Not a quest, just a funny thing mostly.
Now that you've done all the Hextus statues.
Why can't I just aim this with the mouse?
The dash also makes reloading much more accessible.
Can you be accurate with your gun, Laika? It's very annoying.
No,
when it's
she's
not.
too angry.
She's trying out for a stormtrooper job.
She knows one of two things are going to happen. Either she's going to lose her immortality, and her child is going to bleed and is not going to be prepared for the world that she now has to protect. Or her child is going to die, and she's not going to be able to have any more at her age. Yeah, I think Shirley carries a lot of momentum with it.
Ha.
Oh,
What the hell?
it's the Peacekeepers Enclave.
Well, now they're gonna rest in peace.
Huh, interesting.
Huh. Alright, well, never mind.
You gonna show me anything else around here? Okay.
Does it give, do you still got the option to blow the crap out of them, I guess?
Yeah, you can.
Then you'd be a jerk.
It's an appreciable bit of world building.
You don't want Bird Sands to get you.
Sure, I could like dash past the machine gun guys now. I still need to bury Bucci's ashes somewhere.
Ark's tone says, I love how feed Rick's text-to-speech thing just adds this tinge of unintentional comedy to everything he says. Like he's speaking entirely in infomercial English.
It says things very matter-of-factly because there's no intonation.
Yeah, there's no intonation or specific cadence to it. It just kind of states things. So it has a certain quality to it as a result. I've looked into other replacements, Frederick, just things that sound more natural, but the thing with the ones that sound more natural is there's a delay when it parses what you're saying, which would be awkward. I feel like it would probably be awkward for you to use. Like a noticeable delay. Like half a second. I feel like the technology is still a work in progress.
Well, I get a delay anyway when I am typing.
True. That is true.
Northwest of where our ancestors rest.
It is
That's
an
on the other
imperfect.
side then.
Yeah.
That was all over there, but there wasn't any place to go. So, guess I'll keep going.
If I find something with a more natural tone, Frederick, I'll let you know. I obsess over.
Oh, don't give Frederick access to like the AI voices. He's gonna use that to fuck with us.
Thank you. Bonus points if it comes with an Italian accent.
Well, it's not impossible. I mean, I will certainly keep an eye out. I obsess over stuff like this because I have this like fiendish thing about optimization, even when I don't actually need stuff like this.
What was that?
Myself. Whoa, that was weird. Just give Frederick the GLaDOS voice. Nice.
I checked out that TSS monster thing you told me about the other time. Apparently it's not accessible if you aren't a Twitch partner.
Really? Okay.
Well, yeah, because it's specific. TTS Monster is specifically designed for Twitch, like redeem readouts.
Yeah.
It's not for generic use or for Discord in this case. No, see the voices that would mess me up would either be GLaDOS or Dagather.
What's that second one?
Dagather. That's the one that people have where they're like, "Come, Neverfar. Come, let us smoke the hot biddies."
Oh, okay. Come and smoke the hot biddies.
Are
Come,
there any
Neverfar.
video game Italians with funny voices? Not
Well,
counting Mario because he barely talks.
I mean,
Mario
only
is the
other one I could
go-to, so...
Yeah, the only other one I can think of is Ezio Auditore, or what's his face from Pizza Tower? But he just yells. He doesn't really say anything.
Peppino doesn't say anything.
Yeah, I guess Ezio Auditore from Assassin's Creed Brotherhood.
What about the Assassin's Creed 2 guys? That one was set in Italy.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
Does Princess Peach talk with an Italian accent?
No.
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 No. No, Peach sounds sort of...
She's kind of transatlantic, I'd say.
Yeah.
What about Yoshi?
Well,
Yoshi is just
Wario.
a Japanese guy sped down, or sped up. Birdo doesn't say anything. At least I don't think she has any voice in anything.
Wario?
oh, Wario?
Wario has a very thick, like Italian, like
Sort
a
of.
low-class Italian accent.
Yeah. It's not really... Mario and Wario's accents, they're sort of like what people think Italian people sound like, you know? Not
Yes.
really what Italian people actually.
They're very much
Okay,
caricatures.
I need a Wario accent then.
Oh my god. Frederick, are you a villain? You're a villain, aren't you?
You have to legally tell us if you're a villain.
Yeah. You're under oath.
I am not. I just happen to have an evil beard and mustache to twirl.
That's fair.
What about Italian voices from movies? Like The Godfather or Luca?
Luca voice would be cute. Godfather would be like Marlon Brando. And I don't know about that. That would be a little that would be interesting. Give it time, Cranium. I fully expect that the voice synthesis stuff is going to make a lot of strides in coming years. Like, I think that's, aside from just, you know, benefiting folks who can't talk, it's also, you know, of use to Twitch streamers and other industries, perhaps.
For full effect though, Jonas would have to animate a couple dozen hand gestures for when my avatar talks.
Yeah, yep. Miller, can we do it?
Wait, do the what?
Can we give Fed some hand gestures?
I mean, you could just change his talking animation to also have him, you know, with his hand up, fingers pinched together.
Well, the gesture you're talking about, that's for like a question specifically. There's a lot of Italian hand gestures. Like, this is a whole thing over there. There's like dozens of them. You just know the Chi one because that's that's the stereotype.
That's all she wants. That's all Laika wants is a rocking chair.
All that she wants is another baby. Hey.
I think specifically she does not want another baby. She didn't want to have puppy.
I know. I just felt like breaking out Ace of Base there for a minute.
Okay.
It would be great if we could all control our respective expressions on the avatars, but I also know that would be a ridiculous amount of work to set up.
I'm also just thinking about the cost benefits or something like that. It's like, yeah, it'd be kind of cool, but like,
would it add to the experience?
Would it do much, or would it just be a novelty? Be like, haha, that's funny. Anyway, next thing. And it's like, ugh.
Yeah, it would just be flavor. And you can't make a cocktail with flavoring. Well, you can, but anyway, bad analogy.
You can. Is that not what bitters are? It's specifically cocktail flavors? Jesus.
I don't know. Clip it, Boxer.
I mean,
this
is the screen like Rick has drawn 20 or 30 different avatars for himself. Who cares about cost benefit?
Yeah, but he's a character artist, all right? He can make those in just a couple hours.
Yeah, just pull a lever and they pop out of his chute.
I don't know how to even start to do something like the controlling your avatars.
Well, I mean, it would be like it would be complicated. It would be like,
well, so presumably it would be some kind of like
web
commands
interface
in the Discord. Not web interface. It would be literally in the Discord chat. You just be like, you type /angry, and then it'd be just like, Jonas said angry, therefore I will make Jonas angry.
Yeah. And we'd all have to pull the strings separately. Too bad I can't just like. What do you mean I just went stir crazy? I've been stir crazy for 4 years. I'm usually yonked up tonight.
Just 4 years?
Yeah, just 4 years. Yeah, thank you. You guys don't know how many times I've had to like hold myself back from just spewing shit that would like confuse everyone. Like, there's a limit to my brand of humor. Foxer's daring him to go unfiltered. Oh, I don't know if you want that. Like, there's this whole side to my sense of humor that's like, it veers into like Andy Kaufman kind of territory, where it's funny and then it's not funny to anyone but me after a certain point. I'm just amusing myself.
Nipper Whiffle.
Oh, you Whiffle. You Whiffle Snape. Whiffle Snipes. I don't know.
And you get the last weapon slot?
I guess I can check before I spend all the viscera. Nope.
No, not even close. You need 3,000 viscera.
That's many.
At juggling those corpses.
The snipper whiffle is upgraded. Wait, the blood of a girl in her village. Does that mean there's multiple people like Laika in her family?
Maybe.
Could be.
Possible that Maya might have sisters or others who also took on the curse.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
Or is it
they
just-
wanted to do a different experiment.
Maybe. Or is it just, is it the first daughter that they have who bleeds, gets the power, and then any other daughters are sort of SOL'd? Or maybe they're not SOL'd, maybe they're blessed in that they get to live a normal life.
They're bless-o-eld.
What weapon will you replace with the rifle?
And now I'm gonna swap out the machine gun for it.
Yeah.
Machine gun is useful in some contexts, just not all of them.
We're just gonna head out there and not teleport anywhere?
Well, I have no idea what I'm doing. Because I'm out of quests.
You need to get to... heaven!
Need to remember which button dash is.
The next quest is given automatically 1 to 2 days after the quest floating is completed.
I have another blueprint here. Rocket launcher.
So you've got 1 to 2 days of just mucking around and killing birds and getting viscera.
I have to save the metal
Miller,
slug
are you stealing my backseating job?
I'm trying to be clever about it where I'm not giving hints of Rick as to what he has to do. I'm giving hints to Rick about what the game is going to do to him. It's less about instructing Rick in how to do certain things and more just making sure that the information that could be useful to him is given to him, and then he can still make his own decisions.
I need to find a bunch of places that I can access with dash.
Alderbane says, so yes.
That's how Miller talks in video games. Right, that right there. It's just like up and down beat movements, like one animation, like, you know.
Didn't you still have the Shrew's quest? The one who can't speak.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta find the medicine for his voice.
I'm pretty sure I could just, like, go to one of the
Presumably
gas
that's that
stations
one-
and buy it, like I have with the
Yeah.
other ones.
Which is a bit weird, I'll say, for the quest design, that a lot of these are just like, please go to the store and buy the thing for me. You buy the thing for them, they're like, alright, thank you, and then that's it. That's the entire quest.
Also, there should be a quest at the Oasis icon thingy with the warp point nearby.
Okay.
Ah, the sniper rifle pierces.
Does not pierce the armor of the machine gunner.
Also, it is very funny to see Laika one-handing a sniper rifle while riding a motorcycle. That is very action hero.
Yeah. The part of Laika will be voiced by 90s Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Come on! Bleed already! Bleed!
You took my puppy! Now you die!
Or no, who played Inigo Montoya? To kill my daughter. Prepare to die.
God damn it, I always forget his name. What's his name? Manny Patinkin. Yeah.
No medicine in here.
I think it's usually the snail guy who sells quest items.
No.
My god, I looked him up. He looks so old. I mean, yes, obviously he's gonna look a lot older than he did in...
Yeah.
God, when was Princess Bride?
84, wasn't it?
84, yeah.
It says literally 40 years ago, so yeah. No, 80... Wait, why is this? This is 87.
87, okay.
Okay. I just know it was before the Wonder Years because it had like Baby Fred Savage in it. Like he was our baby. He's baby. I wish I could grow a beard that epic.
Okay, I can go down there.
There's a line dividing right in front of me.
I didn't see if there was anything actually useful down here.
Go, I made a promise that someone broke for me.
Well, you got a refined metal.
The universe is breaking.
I guess those are limited in number.
This is the last year that I have for you. This is the last year that I have for you.
Somebody tried to make a Pokemon mod for Power World, and Nintendo came after it.
Well, I think what happened is that the moderators of the website that hosts the mod shut it down because they're like, we don't want Nintendo to come after us. And then some other people were just like, no, actually he took it down himself because he wanted to create a story that Nintendo was after him, and he's so
it's not like that. Okay.
threatening to them.
Never mind, then never mind.
But either way, no, apparently Nintendo has not said anything about it or done anything officially.
No, are you telling me not everything I see on social
That was because
media?
they were paywalling that mod on Patreon. If you sell it, then Nintendo will take it down.
Yeah. There was a lot of sort of preparatory reactions instead of actually Nintendo doing something and then they had to react to it.
God.
Guess I haven't been up in that area.
Oh, okay, I like that.
What?
The cursor does like a fisheye effect when you're slowing down for the sniper rifle.
Yes.
That's cool.
This is the last year that I have for you.
UX designer for this game, I give you a small clap for that.
A golf clap. Just,
Polite golf clap.
yeah. All right, this time I'm going to, because Miller got in my case last time. This time I'm going to check and make sure that my raid suggestions aren't about to quit. I'm going to carefully vet them.
Wait, your what suggestions?
My raid,
the raid.
suggestions aren't about
You
to quit.
you said, you heard raid, and I'm just like, what are you raiding with? GC now? What's going on?
Yeah.
No, other kind of raid. The Twitch raid thing.
Yeah, let me just make sure before I suggest anybody.
So how are you liking the dash? Miller was criticizing the map design earlier, but you were missing this key ability.
Yeah, it comes really close to the end of the game, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's a bit late for a Metroidvania. Usually you have most of your movement abilities by the halfway point. And yeah, we have literally one more quest to do, so this is quite late into the game. Okay, for a second I thought the song was gonna do the Bastion thing.
Okay.
I'll dig my hole, you build a wall. One day that wall is gonna fall.
So I said someone who's worked with Nintendo before, did not mess with Nintendo. Yeah. I've told the story about how I made what was effectively a pitch to Nintendo when I was 14, and they gave me the most polite, gentle C&D they ever could, right?
Wait, what?
When I was 14,
C&D to 14-year-old Jonas?
okay, it wasn't technically a C&D, but okay. When I was 14, there was, I'm not going to say which Nintendo title it was, but there was one I was really passionate about. I came up with a whole ass, like, essentially a pitch for an animated series about said Nintendo title. And I typed it up, printed it out. I worked really hard on it. I had ballpoint pen illustrations that accompanied the pitch. And I was like, you just let me do this. This is my dream, blah, blah, blah. And I actually sent it to Nintendo's headquarters in Redmond. And
Jonas.
They sent back a letter that was like, have fun with your dreams. You know, let your imagination soar, but don't do it with any of our our titles, please. that's paraphrasing, but that was essentially the tone of it. It was like we want you to be creative, but with original properties and not our IPs. It was basically C&D. It was like cute, friendly C&D. And
Well, it's at least good that they recognized that they were being contacted by a literal child and that they responded in kind.
Yeah. I wish I still had that letter.
Jill says they likely get that a lot. Yeah, that's probably true. Of a lot of things, Pokemon definitely feels like one that A, you'd have a lot of creative people being attracted to it, and B, you'd have a lot of kids, creative kids who like are way too willing to offer up their ideas.
Do you guys know what outsider art is? Like outsider art and outsider music, where it's like people come up with ideas in a vacuum without any like influence or sensibility from the medium. Like the opposite of corporate think, where it's just completely out of left field. That's how my pitch was. I had a lot of shit that just made no sense at all, and I'll bet they had a good laugh.
Well, you know, I just want more details now.
I know, everybody does. Everybody's like, what was it, Jonas? What did you tell me? You'll never know. You'll just have to imagine.
No, remember, Rick, you don't even need to wait. You got Pierce. You could juggle and kill things.
I could be like it. You know, I could just lie and be like, it was Kid Icarus. And, you know, that was be as good as an answer as any. I will say this.
Oh, did the bot disconnect?
Yeah.
Yep.
It was not Star Fox because Star Fox hadn't come out yet. Oh no, trust me, Arxon, it was that cringe. It was.
It's midnight.
We have
Miller.
1 minute
The
left.
bot went to sleep.
Yeah, the bot's like, no more.
It needs nappies. All right. Let me confirm one more time that. Okay, he's still going. Here's my rate suggestion. Let me post it. Yeah.
See.
Pace. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
From one Roo to another.
that's right. Brew Crew Part 2. Everybody, give our best to Kelif, and we will catch you on some date that is later than tonight,
Yes.
perhaps. All right.
Maybe.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.